The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bears and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Today it's the second of 3 games here on Wildcard Sunday, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
For the second of 3 games here on this Sunday, we continue with Super Wildcard Weekend here on EA Sports. Escapes the defender. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
And this being the wild card round, he is the true wild card in this game, because a rookie quarterback getting to start in the NFL postseason, that's not normal. That's a little bit on the unusual side. And there's plenty of guys who have gone into the playoffs after a very good regular season and have struggled. But there have been a few who've played well. He wants to be in the latter list.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. McCarthy off the play fake. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you, because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team in the postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
Looking to throw is Williams. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, they're still in a pretty good position.
But they certainly are. And let's face it, every team knows if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they're going to have to earn it. And even if you get the number 1 seed, you know you have to win 2 games against teams. They're going to be riding high after big playoff wins coming at you.
Here's McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as he gets this up past the 20. Fighting to stay upright. And he's up in it after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. Again, it's Jones. Shifts by him. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I think that's about as good a 3-yard run as you're going to see. And he actually did with a little bit of flair, didn't he?
Looking to throw McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taking it about the 16. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Very nicely done there on the reception, and what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Play action. Now Williams. Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. Pulling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the running game with Swift. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 27. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
So 1st and goal, and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears will strike first here, this wild card matchup. I'm pretty sure that was a passing play, but he took off pretty quickly and ran with it.
Love his decisiveness on it because you're exactly right. He was supposed to go back in the pocket and survey the field and throw the football. But when that hole opened, he just said, forget it, let's go. And boy, did that work out well.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Second down, another shot for Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. A beautiful fake. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game, get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title, so they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points in the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far and finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Another big play here as they strike for 31. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Santos' kick is up and through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. On play action, now McCarthy. But going back to the same well, it's Hawkinson again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Addison will go in motion left. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. To the air with McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
The ball resting on their own 5 here as they come up to the line on 2nd and long. Swift going to try up the middle. Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Williams. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And this will be taken at the 13. Minnesota's offense takes over possession as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing is McCarthy. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now a handoff to Chandler. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Back to throw. McCarthy. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing. But that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This game 2 of our triple header here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you two in just a moment. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. The Bucs needed a strong finish, and they got it, as the victory there caps off a 12-5 regular season. The Bears got a solid first half out of their quarterback, the #1 overall pick back in 2024, Caleb Williams. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know what's not a surprise to this team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now they show jet sweep it instead, a run up the middle here. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On play action, McCarthy. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
They run it with Chandler. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Milton Williams in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage?